I am able to log into a stranger's account without knowing their password. Here's how it's done. Here's how hackers can steal your information, can steal your data, and log into any account that you own without knowing any passwords. They don't need to know if you have multi-factor authentication or not. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is that they're able to steal one important thing. Let's find out what it is. I'm going to show you the demo, obviously not on actual real website, because that would be very, very bad for YouTube. But I'm going to show it to you on OWASP Juice Shop. I'm going to show you how to install it, how to set it up, and test everything yourself. So my setup is going to be two different machines. However, you can do the same on one. Any operating system works, doesn't matter. I'm going to be using as my main operating system, in this case Linux. So you can just do sudo apt install and docker.io. After you are done installing Docker, you will be able to finally turn on this Juice Shop by just running one simple command. But before we get to that, let me explain what this video is all about. A lot of hackers right now and in the past few years are able to develop simple malware that sometimes Windows or obviously other operating systems cannot catch directly. And using that malware, what they are able to do is steal cookies, sessions, tokens from the browser. Because our browser, when you log in somewhere, the backend sends specific data. Usually they are cookies, they're stored in local storage or the cookies tab. I'll show all of that to you in practice. And storing that data, they can just gather, just hijack all of that, copy paste that in their own browser, and that's how you often can see big YouTube channels having their accounts stolen. And it may seem like, well, it's a big channel, obviously they have MFA, obviously they have good passwords. Yes, that's true, but they may have installed malware, for example, from sponsors that just pretend to be sponsors, and they're saying we're going to give you XX amount if you install our antivirus software and show it in video. In reality, that software is actually just a virus, a cookie stealer, a session stealer, if you will. They capitalize on what's known very often as JWT tokens, but obviously there are other scenarios as well. Let's get to practice and let me show you how it's done from hackers' point of view in real time. So first I will run this Docker container, obviously. So let's do the following. You can turn it on in any way you want, doesn't matter exactly how you do it. I will run it right now here, and I will see that I have permission. Oh, right. I need to do it with sudo. Okay, after this is done running, now, if I open this browser where I am and I go to localhost 3000, I will see that I have this exact, obviously, shop right here. Let me just log out here real quick to show you what I mean. So after you create account, you can log in here. I'll log in with my credentials that I made, which is just simple password. And after I'm done logging in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that should be it. Okay, apparently it's not. Okay, let's actually just create a new account. Let's make test gmail.com and let's do a simple password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for this question. Security doesn't really matter in this case. Let's log in as test again. Gmail.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After I'm done logging in, you will see right now the following. Okay, after I was able to resolve the issues, I can see that I'm logged in into this account, and let me show you what browser actually hides that you may not know about. Press F12 or just right click and inspect, and you should open this browser specific tab. Here you can see all cool different things. You'll probably be in Elements or Console at first when you open. You also have sources, network. If there is not enough space, click here. This is a Brave browser I'm using, so basically any Chrome-based browser will do the same, Chromium-based browser. Let's go to application. In here you see a cookies tab, and we have a local storage tab. In reality, this cookie that you see is written as token, and the exact same thing is written, by the way, here in cookies. You can see here language cookies, whatever, token. It's right here. So keep in mind, this is my actual Linux machine that I have. I currently also have this virtual Kali machine. Let me just log into it. You can see that it's completely separate machine. If I go here and I try to, for example, go to localhost 3000, it will not work because it's not working on localhost. It's working on the IP address of my current Linux machine because I set the network as bridge. So let's find out what the IP address is. I'll do ifconfig right here. Let me show you. In a new terminal line, I'll do command line ifconfig. Let's copy this And let's put this here instead, 3000 port. So right now I'm not logged in into any account. You can see here clearly, I'm clicking account. There is nothing in here. If I press F12, I can go and manually edit the cookies. I can manually edit local storage. That's not a vulnerability. That's perfectly allowed by browsers. This is normal to do. So what I'll do here is in cookies, first I'll try in cookies, just to test. I'll go type here token, then I will go here and copy this token from the cookies like this, just Control C that, and I'll paste it as a value here. So there will be the value. Now let's refresh the page and see what happens. After I refresh the page, I see I'm not logged in still. Okay, interesting. Let's try local storage then. Let's go on local storage plus add. Let's make the key name token again, because that's how this website interprets it. Let's do the following and let's refresh. We can see I'm logged in as account now. So this technique actually works on any account. Obviously for YouTube, I'm not going to show you, but you can test this on your accounts. Technically, there is nothing really stopping you. And if you just like copy paste cookies to log in from the same PC, it doesn't really matter, right? That's technically not hacking. You're just logging into your own account the way you want. But what matters here is that very often there will be malware that is designed to specifically extract all of the cookies that your browser session is keeping. Whichever browser, doesn't matter. These malware are very often very advanced. And after they get your tokens, they can just log in into account by doing simple copy paste. As a pretend attacker here, I don't actually know what the password is. I don't actually know what the username is. All I have is that cookie. I'm able to go here, and most websites will use this logic, by the way. They'll maybe instead of token, they'll write tog or t sometimes, but that's just what developers decide to do. Most of them will just choose token, and that's when you have to analyze how the website actually works. So this, again, remember, please, this is just educational. I'm not actually teaching you how to go create malware. That's illegal. Please don't do that. What you should know is that although this is just educational content, you need to remember to correctly protect your accounts. How you do that? Doesn't matter how strong your password is in this case. Doesn't matter how many multi-factor authentications you have enabled. The only thing that truly matters in this case is that you are going to install some malware. Don't trust any sources. Don't download any random stuff from anywhere. Just keep it simple. Don't click on links. Doesn't matter if you trust the email sender. Don't do that. Very often someone can just be impersonating someone else, and that's a big deal. So after you do this, please remember how to protect yourself correctly. Very often just make it so that you don't remember the token. For example, some websites allow not remembering. Very often websites allow to see what kind of other devices are logged in. So make sure to go and change that as well and keep it safe. So this is what you need to know about token authentication and how anyone is able to log into your account just by simply stealing your cookies. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.